Good morning, everyone. Well, students, last chapter is going on. I think you know it very well, international trade. And today, or most probably tomorrow, we'll wind up this chapter. Okay. How many topics we have discussed? Do you remember? Yes, recently we have started, yes, stop talking. We have started how to enter for this international business. If one has planned to start its, international business means they are interested doing business with any other country, right? So many legal formalities will be there that we will study later on. And the easiest mode is the modes of entry in this. The easiest mode, that is export and import, that we have discussed. And next we have discussed contract manufacturing. Here you give the contract to somebody outside of the country, they manufacture it for you. We have discussed the way how do we enter in this contract also. All right, the detailed study we have done. So today we are going to start our next topic in this, that is licensing and franchising. I think you people are aware with the term licensing and franchising. So first we have to understand its meaning, then we will start the topic. So licensing means license, and what happens with the license? If you get a license of something, then you are permitted to do that work. Okay, for certain things you have to obtain license inside the country, but here it is talking about the international trade, right? How this works. Here you provide license. कहते हैं ना आपने क्या license लिया हुआ है इस चीज का? Only then you are allowed to do that work, right? Even we need license for driving, isn't it? Okay. So licensing means you are giving kind of permission to somebody else to use your technology, your things and all that, right? So here the definition is telling, note definition, in fact the meaning is licensing is a contractual agreement in which one firm grants access to its patents. मीन्स एक फर्म दूसरे किसी को अपने पेटेंट्स वगैरह यूज करने के लिए परमिट करती है, ट्रेड सीक्रेट्स और टेक्नोलॉजी टू अनदर फर्म इन अ फॉरेन कंट्री, राइट? अपने ट्रेड सीक्रेट्स देना, अपनी टेक्नोलॉजी देना. सपोज वी हैव सर्टेन फार्मूला, सर्टेन टेक्नोलॉजी वी हैव, ओके. So you have that technology, nobody else can use because you have taken the patents on that, right? But if you provide this right to somebody else, you enter in a contract, right? So this terms tells that you have provided the license to that person to use your secrets, trade secrets, your formula, your technology, okay? And you get for this, not in free, okay? You are doing the business. So for example, Pepsi and Coca-Cola are produced and sold all over the world by local bottlers in foreign countries under the licensing system. Just think, students, who is the owner of this Pepsi? Where is the parent company? Like kahin aur ki hai, India ki nahi hai. But this is sold everywhere throughout the world, isn't it? This is sold in India also. What do you think, students? This Pepsi is manufactured somewhere else and then they are supplying inside the country? No, it is not like that. Pepsi, that is packed in the bottles, so that is not manufactured outside. Although the company is of some outsiders, foreign company है ये, but इसका manufacture कहाँ होता है? India में होता है. Okay, so they manufacture it. So that's their formula, their name is there, patents we are using. How they are using? They might have taken the franchisee or license of Pepsi. So they use the formula and according to that they manufacture, they fill in the bottles and they are selling it in the market on the name of Pepsi. All right. So this is how this is possible. How this is possible for the person? Okay. Because they have taken the license to use their formula, to use their name. Only then this is possible. Now the firm that grants such permission is known as licensor. जो permission देता है वो कौन है? Licensor. And the other firm in the foreign country that acquires such right is known as licensee. Is that clear? So this can be your 1 mark question also. The person who grants permission, जो license देता है वो कौन है? Licensor. And the person who gets that or who obtains that is licensee. When there is mutual exchange of knowledge, technology and or patents between the firms, So it is known as cross licensing between the, two firms are there, and sometimes you are giving, sometimes they are giving, so that is cross licensing. All right. Now we have franchising. This is also like licensing. So franchising is a contractual agreement which involves grant of rights by one party to another for use of technology, trademark and patents in return of the agreed payment for a certain period of time. The company that grants the rights, that is parent company, जो अपने rights देती है use करने के लिए, उसको आप parent company कहते हैं, is known as franchisor, and the other company which acquires the right is called franchisee. All right. So this is absolutely same like licensing. The term is different, depends what do you use. All right, students. So this is licensing and franchising. Now definitely we have some pros and cons of this also. Some advantages of taking the licensing, doing the business under the licensing policy and franchising. You might have listened this word na, कि he has taken the franchisee of this आपके क्या होते हैं वो so many brands you might have listened about this garments and pizza की कौन सी है the famous one Domino's है Pizza Hut है okay. So this is what the people who are having it here, so that's not they are I'm sorry they are not the owner of this, you know. Domino's के owner नहीं है वो क्या है, they have taken the license, either licensee or franchisee they have taken. Haldiram, the owner is somewhere else, okay, but some people they have a shop over here, Haldirams की चीज़ें वो सेल कर रहे हैं, तो वो क्या चीज़ है, they are not the owner of that, you know. Haldiram brand के owner नहीं है, कौन है वो, franchisee, okay, franchisee. So they have taken the franchisee of that, right. So you must have noticed so many brands are available. Bhagat Singh पे आप देखेंगे right and left, both the sides some branded garments has been sold, shoes has been sold. So these shopkeepers, they are doing what? They are not the owner. Of course they are the owner of that shop, but they are not the owner of that brand. Who are they? They are the franchisee, okay. Now what are the advantages? Less expensive mode. This way you don't have to create the whole setup. Pepsi equivalent, you want to do something, so you know, if you have started manufacturing, आप शुरू कर देते हैं बनाना, तो उसके लिए क्या क्या करना पड़ता है आपको. You need to have your land and building, plant and machinery, heavy investments you required for this production. As the Jayanti people, Jayanti is there, na? So you have to set up your own unit. But if you want to deal in the same line, same kind of product you want to deal, so you can take the franchisee of that particular thing. You can take the license of that thing, and you are permitted to deal in that. आप sale purchase कर सकते हैं. So this is less expensive mode. It's less expensive mode for licensor and franchisor to enter into international business, as investment in business is made by the licensee and franchisee. Well, they are telling that this is here the investment is very less, because once when you take the franchisee, आपको फ्री में मिलती है कि franchisee? Yes. You have to pay a heavy amount to have the franchisee of any brand name, okay, and then you have to pay the royalty every year. It's not that once you have paid and you are free from the responsibility. Suppose you are taking Haldiram's franchisee. How does this work? I'm telling you. So for taking the franchisee, I don't know the exact amount, but suppose they say कि 20 lakh rupees you have to deposit initially. आपको deposit करने हैं, fee है आपकी, मेरा नाम use करने के लिए. So you will be depositing that, and after that, you know, you don't manufacture the sweets, because they have a brand and they supply their own sweets. वो अपनी चीज़ें वहाँ से बना के भेजते हैं, उनकी चीज़ें, आपका काम क्या है, सिर्फ उसको सेल करना. You will sell that, you will earn, and you will give a fixed percentage to those people. कि जितने items बेचेंगे इतना percent आपको वहाँ पे देना पड़ेगा. And the different people can have the different things. Understood that? So that way this franchisor system works. Okay. So this is less expensive for the franchisor and licensor also, क्योंकि काफ़ी सारा like हल्दीराम के अगर 10 फ्रेंचाइजीज हैं, तो these 10 people, they are making the payment, they are paying them, so they have a big support of the finance. All right. Next we have no risk of loss. So franchisor and licensor don't face risk of losses in the foreign business because of no or negligible foreign investment. Moreover, they are entitled to license fee and royalty. Well, I have given an example of the Haldiram internally, but the same thing happens in the international business also. The brands which we have available near Bhagat Singh Circle, so these all are not indigenous products. These brands are foreign brands are there. Understood that? So no risk of loss. Once you have taken the franchising, so you have we have handed over the loss to you, we have handed over the risk to you, okay, because you have purchased those things from me. Now sell it and then earn. So I just hand over my risk and loss to other party. Now low risk of takeover, this is the same, like there are lower risk of business takeovers or government interventions as business is carried on by the licensee franchisee who is a local person. Well, you are doing business in any other country, but if you have provided the license or you have given the franchise to somebody, so that person will be the local one. If we have taken franchisee of Reebok shoes, okay, so this is what it's Indian company. Is that Indian company? No, it's not Indian company. Adidas, not Indian company. But the franchisee is taken by an Indian, so he can handle the things. If any problem arises in the market, right? If any legal problem arises, if government needs some interference, so the person can handle, because he knows the rule regulations of our country very well. He can deal with the thing. He can deal with the income tax authority also. Okay. The franchisor is sitting somewhere else in any other country, but franchisee is another country. Okay, he's in another country, so he can deal the situation if any problem arises due to the local person. Have you understood? If any outsider comes, any foreigner comes in the country and he does the business, so might maybe he is not aware of the things. He can't deal the things as better as the local person can. Have you understood this? Next we have benefits of market knowledge. The same story, benefit of the market knowledge, like the foreigner is not having the knowledge of the market, but as we have given the franchisee to a local person, so he has a market knowledge. He has the knowledge of the customer behavior, how the customer behaves, what is their tendency to take the take this goods. Either they have come to purchase or they have just come for the window shopping. They will see and they will go back. Okay, so they have more knowledge. Next we have prevents misuse of trademarks and patents. Only licensee and franchisee is legally entitled to make use of the licensor and franchisor's copyrights, patents and brand name. It prevents misuse of such trademarks and patents by other firm. Well, you have taken the franchisee of Pepsi, alright? So you are the person who is supplying these things in the Alwar city. Are you getting? If you have taken franchisee, okay, so you will be dealing. Am I right? Fine. But now you are earning a lot. Your neighbors, and they observe that you are earning a lot by selling this Pepsi, because you have a franchisee of that. Now they have planned to sell the same thing, the Pepsi, okay, and they have also started doing the same work. But you know better that this person is not having the license, because you have an idea of this business tricks and all, and you are in touch of those person. You can inquire, have you given this franchise to somebody else in this area, in this city? Because the franchisors, they don't give franchisee to more persons in one area. If two persons are having franchisee in the similar area, in the same area, so that will be that won't be of no use, you know. The customers are same, the limited number of people are there. Either this is sold by one person or by two person, the story will be same. So they try to provide the franchisee in different area, okay. So that way, if somebody wants, try to misutilize the name or brand of any foreign country, foreign company, so they can't do that, right? So there is a watch of the people continues. All right, students, so these were the advantages of licensing and franchising if one takes. Well, now we have limitations. So what are the limitations, drawbacks?
Please, 5 second
Well, we were talking about the limitations. Now, drawbacks, risk of competition from licensee and franchisee. Well, there is a danger of severe competition to the licensor franchisor, as licensee and franchisee can start marketing an identical product under a different brand name. It may happen because licensee and franchisee gains full knowledge in the manufacturing and marketing of the licensed franchised products. Well, students, there is a risk. Licensor and franchisor have given the franchisee to somebody, right? They have provided the license to somebody that you can do the similar kind of business in your country. All right, now what happens, students, after some time when they understood the whole trick of the things, okay, as the Pepsi people, they understood the trick how to manufacture this and that, all right, and this is the marketing way, and this is the customer behavior. You have learned everything in that area. Now you can start your own with any other brand name, you can start. So that risk always persist, right? पेप्सी का आपको सारी डीलिंग पता है, कैसे बनती है, क्या करते हैं, then you can leave the franchisee and you can start your own brand name, right? So that risk is always available. Next we have risk of leakage of trade secrets. Well, now you have, when one takes the franchisee, so they know all the trade secrets, isn't it? They know each and everything about the business, how do they manufacture, what are the loopholes, what are the plus points and minus points of that business. And that becomes problematic for you. You can leak the information. Okay, आपको अपना सब कर रहे हैं, but you can leak the information later on. You can utilize against this person when you don't have the franchisee of that. Okay. Next we have conflicts, and that's very clear when two parties are working together. So sooner or later, some conflicts arises. So that same kind of problem arises in this licensing and franchising policy also. So the conflicts may arise between licensor and franchisor over issues like maintenance of accounts, payment of royalty, not adherence to quality standard, etc. So any reason can be there. At any point, any problem comes. Okay. So dispute arises, right, students? So here we have completed the advantages and limitations of the licensing and franchising. Fine. Now the next topic we have joint venture. Now you have to understand its meaning. Joint venture. What is joint venture? The meaning is joint का मतलब क्या है? जोड़ना. Venture. The venture कोई काम करते हैं, kind of business. So joint venture, when two or more firms join their hands together to do the work. What kind of work? Of course, here we are talking about the business. When two or more firms, they join their hands to do the business. Okay, so that is termed as joint venture. So joint venture is what? When two or more firms join their hands to do the business. So this can be in the country also, and this can be outside of the country. Here we are talking in the context of international business. When these parties are from the different nation, one party is from this nation and another one is from another one. Okay, so here the joint venture takes place. So joint venture we are talking when two or more firms join together for a common purpose and mutual benefits, it's known as joint venture. Have you understood? Of course, when two people are joining the hands, so their interests will be same, right? And their likings will be same for the common purpose. They have started doing the work. All right. So certain examples they have given. You might have listened about this Maruti Suzuki. Okay. So Maruti from India and Suzuki from Japan, they have tied up. So this became joint venture. Okay. So the examples: joint venture of GAIL of India with BG Group of UK. This JV is supplying, means joint venture, supplying natural gas in Mumbai and nearby in the name of Mahanagar Gas Limited. It involves establishing a firm that is jointly owned by two or more, otherwise independent firms. So I hope you understood the meaning of joint venture, how this works. Means two firms from the different country, okay, they join the hand for a common purpose. Now formation of joint venture, how this takes place. Well, a foreign company, a joint venture can be formed in any of the following way. The first one, a foreign company acquires interest, that's portion of equity share in an existing Indian company. So the first thing, any outsider foreign company that purchases the share of any Indian company. Shares, you didn't watch the video, otherwise I have explained everything. Well, shareholders are the owner of the company. So if any person is purchasing the share of a company, so they will be deemed as a, not deemed, in fact they are the owner of that company. So any foreign company is purchasing shares of your company, so they become owner, and this happens in the joint venture, that you have joined the hand through this way, while by purchasing the shares of another company. Then second way is, an Indian company acquires interest in an existing foreign firm. Second method, now Indian company is buying some shares of another one, or you can say acquiring interest of the foreign firm. बाहर की कोई कंपनी है, उसके शेयर्स खरीद लेते हैं हम, तो भी वो हमारा जॉइंट वेंचर हो जाएगा. Either they purchases of our company or we purchases of their company. Then both foreign company and Indian company join together to form a new enterprise. Well, here they have decided, not my existing company in this country, not their company which is existing in their company. We have decided to form a new one, right? We are not talking about the existing companies. Let's form a new company, okay? So both the companies from different countries, they join the hand and they form a new company, okay? So this way also joint venture takes place. Either existing company में हम ले लेते हैं, ठीक है, या तो आप उनका खरीद लें या वो आपका खरीद लें, या फिर एक नई कंपनी हम क्रिएट कर लेते हैं. These are the way. So advantages of the joint venture: less financial burden in global expansion. Well, you want to do your own business, आप अकेले करना चाहते हैं बाहर की कंट्री में, so that will be very costly. बहुत efforts you have to do, risk is there, capital ज़्यादा आपको invest करनी पड़ेगी. So less financial burden in global expansion. You want to expand your business. Right now you are doing your business in India and you want to expand it on the international level. आप बाहर की country में business करना चाहते हैं, so joint venture will be very helpful to enter. All right. The next one is facilitates large scale operation. Well, joint venture makes it possible to operate on large scale and execute heavy projects which requires huge capital and manpower. If you are planning to do your business on a large scale, so you need more funds, more capital, okay, more knowledge you require. Fine. So if you don't have right now, so this can be possible with joining hand with somebody else. So if you join hand with any foreign company, so that way, because you are contributing your finance, your capital, and they will also contribute. So when two people join hands, so definitely they can do it on the large scale, and that benefit you get here. Okay. Next we have benefits of local partners' knowledge. This point we have already discussed, like, well, I'm from this country, I have joined hand with somebody in Japan, okay, but I don't have any knowledge of the Japan. Will you please quiet? So somebody is sitting in Japan, right? I have started doing business with that person. So I don't know anything about Japan and their language, regarding their customers and all. So who is helping me out there? That person, right? Because you have joined hand with somebody, so that person has complete knowledge about their market, about the customers, about business, right? So you get the benefit of that. You get a benefit of a local partner, right? So next point we have sharing of cost and risk. Well, this we have already discussed. When two people are there, they have shared the capital. Of course, they will share the risk also. They will share the profits and losses in all the way. Fine, so risk reduces. Now, limitations. What are the limitations? Risk of loss of trade secrets. The same kind of loss which we have discussed in franchisee. Well, now joint venture, today you have joined the hands, you know all the secrets of that person, you can leak it out, you can sell it to somebody, you can later on, you can misutilize this information against that person. In future, if you are not with that person, you take your hand back and you have started doing the work at your own. so that time his trade secrets are with you and your trade secrets are with that person, so both the parties can use it against each other. Okay. Next is conflict of interest. Well, it's always persists when two or more people, two or more firms, two or more countries are involved, more than two things are there. So sometime over some issues, so many issues can be there. So at any of the issue, problem may arise, conflicts may arise. All right. So here we have discussed about joint venture. Now the last topic is wholly owned subsidiary. Wholly owned subsidiary. Well, you didn't watch the previous video. Once again, the problem. Subsidiary and holding company. First you have to understand its meaning. Holding, the meaning of holding is, suppose this pen is with me, so what am I doing? I'm holding this pen. मेरे पास है ये, मेरे hold में है, ठीक है, मेरे possession में है, ठीक है. Well, here we are talking about the company. The company, how we form a company, long procedure is there. Chapter number 2 will explain. But the capital of company is divided in small parts and that is called share. Okay. Now, who has a control over this company? The person who is having the maximum share. Alright. So the whole share is, we call it 100% share. 100% ही मानते हैं ना पूरी चीज़ को. Now if somebody is having 60% share of my company, and ये भी पता है कि one person, one share, one vote. If you have 10 shares, 10 votes you can give. If you have 60% share of my company, so you have 60% voting right. So if we want to decide something in the meeting, so whose decision will go? Whose votes will be more? So your decision will go. So if you have 51% share of my company, then same thing, because you have a majority. I have 49% share of my company and you have 51% share. So you are in majority. Your decision will go. Alright. Now, if I purchase shares of your company, you have a company and I have purchased 51% share of your company. So who is holding? I am holding. So my company, suppose not personally on my name, my company has purchased the share of your company. So my company is holding your company. So my company will be termed as holding company and your will be subsidiary. Have you understood the meaning? जिसका hold होगा, जिसका control होगा, उसको holding company बोलेंगे, and दूसरे वाली हो जाती है subsidiary. All right? Now understand it. Now wholly owned subsidiary is a company in which 100% investment in its equity capital is made by a parent company. Parent company जिसने इसको establish किया है, 100% उन्होंने इसको finance किया है, यानी equity shares में finance किया है. The company making the investment is known as parent company or holding company. Okay, this mode of entering into international business is preferred by those companies which want full control over their overseas operation. ये वो companies करती हैं जो पूरे का पूरा 100% hold चाहते हैं कि बाहर जो company आपने establish की है, maybe the people are different who are managing and all, the employees are from the local, I mean they are the local, but you want to have the control, full control you want to have. So this system works over there. Now, the mode, okay, fine. Now there are two ways of establishing a wholly owned subsidiary in a foreign market. दो तरीके से हम ये कर सकते हैं. The first one is setting up a new company. Better you establish a new company than you will have the whole share. So by making 100% investment in a foreign country, it is also referred to as a greenfield venture. Okay, आपने establish की अपनी company and 100% share you have of that. Now second one, acquiring an established company. The company which is already established, so you can purchase all the shares of that company. That way also you will be the holding company. Okay. So by investing 100% in its equity in a foreign country and using that firm to manufacture and to promote its product in the host country, right? So there are two ways to enter in this. One is you establish your own company, and of course it's your company, so you have the 100% share of that. All right. And the second method, already established company hai and you have purchased the whole share of that company. Fine. Now we have certain pros and cons of that. Advantages of this kind of company is full control. It's 100% wholly owned subsidiary company है, पूरे का पूरा control किसका है? आपका है. तो isn't it beneficial for you? Everything goes according to you. आपके according चल रहा है सारी चीजें. Next, no disclosure of the trade secrets. Well, no problem of the trade secrets because I didn't join hand with somebody. It's not like joint venture. It's not like licensing and franchising, right? I have the 100% share with me, all right? So no trade secrets will be leaked out. Well, what are the limitations? The problem is huge investment. Investment बहुत ज़्यादा लगेगी. In joint venture, somebody is there to help you, to support you. I have financed my company and they have also done. Now everything you have to do yourself. So more investment is required. Second one, huge risk. Nobody is there to share your profits and losses. So risk will also goes to you only. Okay. And the last one is high political risk. Well, high political risk, of course, because that's your investment. It is like a risk, the normal risk and political risk. If any political interference takes place and anything happens in the political era, so that affects your company very badly. So this mode of international business is subject to high political risk as some countries to not permit 100% wholly owned subsidiaries by foreigners in their country. So they have taken this example, they have explained ki it is not applicable in those countries where the government has certain different rules, and they says any outsider can start the business in my country, they can establish the country, but they will not have the 100% control over there. So there the success is not there, you can't start your company in these kind of country where the political interference means they don't have the permission to have 100% control over that company, all right? So these were the advantages and limitations of your wholly owned subsidiaries, all right? So in fact, students, here we have completed the chapter. In fact, because you have certain topics, you might be thinking there is a lot of things to discuss, and I have told you about the export and import things, procedure of export and import. But let me tell you, yes, this time this has been deleted from your syllabus by CBSE as they have reduced the syllabus to 70%. So the further topics they have deleted, but in next video I will introduce you a little bit about that because you should have a knowledge, okay, what formalities we do. In brief, I'll be explaining all that. All right, students. So we have completed the syllabus today. So watch the previous videos, learn the topics, and if you have any doubt, you should discuss. All right. Thank you.